BestPriceNutrition.com. Today we're going to be reviewing hica-max from Labrada Nutrition. It actually just came out at the time of this video, at least. Specifically hica, I'm going to pronounce it for you as best I can. It's alpha-hydroxy isocaproic acid. Basically, or it's called leucic acid on the label. It's the end product of leucine metabolism in the human body and muscle tissue, connective tissue. That's going to be the end product. So, Glenn, why don't you tell us a little bit about it in terms of what they're thinking and the logic behind it, and then we'll go over some of the research that we were able to find.
Yeah, the logic behind it is there's been so much research done on leucine, or the amino acid leucine, and its benefits as an anti-catabolic or anabolic substance. So what they're looking at is, okay, well, let's see what it breaks down to in the body, and they found leucic acid. So they're thinking that it's going to activate the mTOR pathway to keep your protein synthesis high, halt catabolism. So I think that's where their logic came in.
Yeah, they're kind of saying it's going to preserve muscle tissue under times of stress, and leucine we already know does that.
Yes.
So we already know that leucine will do it. So I guess this is an attempt to come up with something different.
Yeah.
The question is it better than just, say, taking leucine or taking away your casein protein, which has a lot of BCAAs, or as we discussed, if you've watched our other videos on BCAAs, we always talk about, well, when does it make sense for somebody to supplement additional BCAAs? And we always say that if you're on a hypocaloric diet, that's when we could see a benefit, where you're trying to avoid extra calories and you want to stave off any,
muscle breakdown.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're eating, calories in the amount about equal to what you're burning, or more, for instance, if you're trying to gain weight, then there's really no need to, because carbohydrates can have the same effect. Spiking insulin will, activate the mTOR pathway and stop you from breaking down muscle, because your body's preferred source of energy is then, blood sugar. So that's kind of the idea. So, real quick, these are chewables, correct?
Yeah,
flavored
chewable
here?
tablets. From the feedback on the flavoring, is it tastes very good.
Okay.
So,
So some people like to chew them, and that's fine. And again, when we talk about leucine and BCAAs, we're not trying to diminish any value to them. They are obviously very beneficial. Just the idea is, if you're taking in good protein sources, you're getting take whey, casein. Those are very rich sources of BCAAs, so you're going to get a lot there.
If you're taking, like, let's say two to 3 scoops of protein a day, that could be anywhere from 50 to 75 grams of protein. That's a significant amount of leucine you're getting in just from that. Not to mention, the amount in food sources. And
then, as we discussed, your other macronutrients, your carbs and fats, are going to affect whether or not you're hypocaloric or not, relative to how many calories you're burning. Okay, so we were able to find one study. It was published on the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition on specifically the leucic acid ingredient, or hica. And why don't we just touch on it real quick. It was on 15 healthy male soccer players. They did a 4-week double-blind placebo study, and 8 of them received it. The other 7 received a placebo, which was maltodextrin. The results were that the lean body mass, especially the lower extremities, increased by 400 grams in the hica, but decreased by 150 grams in the placebo during the study. So the difference was considered to be significant. Now, the supplementation amounts, they gave them 1.5 grams a day is where they ended up, and they came to the conclusion that would lead to small increases in muscle mass in these soccer players. Now, that's one study done over the course of 4 weeks, and the competing interest in the study is the authors of the study own the patent to the ingredients. So, it doesn't completely diminish the results. It's just that we have to consider that, and also we were talking about an additional study we'd like to see.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one study done. It was done on soccer players, so they weren't doing your average weightlifting or bodybuilding workouts.
Yeah, they did have 2 strength training days, just to throw that in.
2 days out of the week they did have strength training days.
1 to 2 days, they said.
Or 1 to 2. So we would definitely like to see more studies done on this.
And also, I'd like to see how it would compare to somebody on, who's eating more calories. Let's say, okay, we have one group taking this and another group eating, just more calories. They're eating about, 3/4 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, eating a similar amount of carbohydrates, and then, maybe like 30% of the diet is fat. And, monitor the activity levels and see how that would shake out. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, or another way to go would be to have this compete against leucine itself.
Sure,
maybe see if there's a difference there.
Yeah. So at this point, it's there's one study. So if that meets your criteria for trying something, that's fine. Personally for us, we'd like to see some more before we'd would take it. But that's up to everybody. So I think that was the main thing, questions and stuff that we've received on it. Side effects, there's really none. It's an amino acid. Stacking it with
pretty much anything, I would say.
There's I don't see any issues. Possibly maybe taking it with peptides, i.e. proteins at the same time, may inhibit the absorption of it and some competitive inhibition maybe there. We're not sure. And then when to take it, they recommend.
It's one chewable tablet 3 times per day. They do have a dosing schedule on here for broken down by weight. They say up to 150 pounds is 3 tablets per day, 151 to 200 is 4 tablets per day, and then over 200 would be 5 tablets.
Which seems to be based on the study. The 3s reaching that floor level of about 1.5 grams per the day.
So at least 3 per day.
So I hope we were able to answer the questions. This is all the available research that we have at this point. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comment section. We're happy to answer them. And if more research comes out, we'll be more than happy to update stuff. Okay? And check us out on Facebook as well, guys. Facebook.com/BestPriceNutrition. Thank you.
Thank you.